Visit licensuraexams.com and try our samples completely free of charge.
The structured clinical interview for the DSM, commonly referred to as the SCID-5, stands as one of the most widely used and trusted diagnostic tools in mental health assessment today. Designed to provide clinicians and researchers with a systematic approach to diagnosing mental disorders, the SCID-5 bridges the gap between the clinical acumen of a practitioner and the rigorous criteria set forth by the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. At its core, the SCID-5 is a semi-structured interview. This format artfully combines the reliability of structured questions, those that require clear yes or no answers, with the flexibility of unstructured, open-ended questions that allow clients to describe their experiences in their own words. This balance ensures that essential diagnostic information is collected, while also giving space for clients to share the nuances of their lives, symptoms, and histories. Recognizing the diverse needs of mental health professionals and researchers, the SCID-5 has been developed into 3 distinct versions. The clinician version, known as SCID-5CV, is tailored for everyday use in clinical practice. The research version, or SCID-5RV, offers even greater detail and flexibility for scientific studies. Finally, the clinical trials version, SCID-5CT, is designed to meet the stringent requirements of research trials, ensuring consistency and accuracy across large participant groups. Focusing on the clinician version, the SCID-5CV, it encompasses 10 diagnostic modules, each dedicated to a specific category of mental health disorders. These modules collectively cover 39 of the most commonly encountered diagnoses in clinical settings, such as major depressive disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, bipolar disorders, and adjustment disorder. Additionally, the SCID-5CV screens for 17 other significant conditions, including bulimia, anorexia, hoarding disorder, and intermittent explosive disorder. Each module is organized by the type of disorder it addresses. For example, Module A covers mood episodes and persistent depressive disorder. Module B focuses on psychotic and associated symptoms. The other modules are Module C, Differential Diagnosis of Psychotic Disorders; Module D, Differential Diagnosis of Mood Disorders; Module E, Substance Use Disorders; Module F, Anxiety Disorders; Module G, Obsessive-Compulsive Disorder and Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder; Module H, Adult Attention Deficit and Hyperactivity Disorder; Module I, Screening for Other Current Disorders; Module J, Adjustment Disorder. These modules delve into areas such as anxiety disorders, obsessive-compulsive and related disorders, substance use disorders, ADHD in adults, and more. The structure ensures that the interview can be tailored to the unique presentation of each client, rather than following a rigid, one-size-fits-all script. The SCID-5 interview begins with an introductory overview, a crucial phase that typically lasts between 15 and 30 minutes. During this time, the clinician acts as both investigator and ally, gathering essential background information, while also building a rapport with the client. Open-ended questions dominate this stage, allowing the client to describe their current concerns, symptoms, and personal history in their own words. As the conversation unfolds, the clinician listens for clues indicating which diagnostic modules may be relevant, taking note of any symptoms or patterns that align with specific disorders. Once the introductory phase is complete, the clinician reviews the information collected and selects the appropriate diagnostic modules. For instance, if a client describes persistent anxiety, the clinician might proceed to Module F, which addresses anxiety disorders. Here, the interview shifts to a more structured format, a series of direct yes or no questions that correspond to the DSM-5 diagnostic criteria. If the client answers yes to a particular question, the clinician may ask for additional details or examples, ensuring that each affirmative response is supported by sufficient evidence. This process is meticulous. Clinicians are trained to only endorse a symptom when they are confident it meets the DSM's standards. As the interview progresses, the clinician systematically rules in or out potential diagnoses following decision trees that mimic the careful, differential diagnostic work of experienced practitioners. When the interview concludes, the clinician completes a diagnostic summary score sheet, documenting the diagnoses indicated by the client's responses. Importantly, the SCID-5 process encourages the use of collateral information, such as referral notes, previous medical records, and observations from family members, to ensure a comprehensive understanding of the client's condition. Should new information arise after the interview, clinicians are advised to revisit and, if necessary, update their diagnostic conclusions. Through its structured yet flexible approach, the SCID-5 empowers clinicians and researchers alike to make accurate, evidence-based diagnoses, fostering better outcomes for clients and advancing the understanding of mental health disorders.